Okay, we're officially live. Swinging Bull here. PB alerts. Give it a few moments for everyone to load into the socials. Back at it with another earnings stream. We got Google and we got QCOM. Got the big big boys out here, the big dogs, if you will. Google closed the regular session just above $333 a share. Both these companies are supposed to report right at 4. QCOM's getting a negative reaction. Let's give it a second here. Both these companies are supposed to report right at 4. So it's 4 o'clock right now. What's up, everyone? I see you out there streaming on X, and I'm streaming on YouTube, and of course over here in the Discord. Okay, QCOM, this is 15-minute chart here. I'll go 5-minute. QCOM closed the regular session at $148.84. Sitting here in after hours at 147. It did just wick down to 143, right above 143. Yo, Blue Brains, what is up, my friend? Good to see you. We got Google on our hands, and we got QCOM. Let's see. Look how SPY and Triple Q kind of rallied a little bit into the close. A little bit of a red candle here right at the very end, but overall, finally got the, I'd call it like the midday reversal. We were trading spreads on this a few hours ago. Hey, Rocket, what's up, my brother? The time, SYM earnings time. Yeah, we can find that out real quick. Let's take a look. SYM. Oops. Earnings Whispers is too many people on the server right now. I'll look it up here in a minute. Let's see if it'll let me go back. Nope. All right, Earnings Whispers is down right now. Too many people are on it. I'll find out the time for you though, Blue Brain. We'll go back to the sticks here. Okay, Google just it just wicked up and now it's down. Let me get the data. As soon as Earnings Whispers is back up, I will let everyone know. Okay. For SYM Blue Brain, I'm not sure when the data is going to drop, but they're going to do their earnings conference call at 6 p.m. Eastern. I just found that out. And the data report will drop between 4 and 5. But 6 p.m. Eastern is the conference call. Okay, get negative reaction on Google, negative reaction on QCOM. Let's see, yep, SPY and Triple Q are kind of coming down as well. Let me get the data on Google first, and then we'll go from there. Investors kind of taking this data negatively, obviously. Let's see. Actually, let me look at QCOM first. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, so they posted revenue of 12.3 billion. This is for QCOM. The expectation was 12.2 billion, so they did beat revenue. Looks like they beat EPS. EPS came in at 350. The expectation was 341. Let's go back here. Let me get out of that. All right, I'm gonna go back to the sticks here. Yeah, both of them getting negative reactions. So here's some commentary about QCOM, and I'll try and find out why it's selling off here. But they say, we are pleased to deliver strong quarterly results with record total company revenues. That was said by Cristiano Amon, President and CEO of Qualcomm. And he says, our momentum across personal, industrial, and physical AI is growing, as evidenced by recent product announcements at CES and customer traction, while our near-term handsets outlook is impacted by industry-wide memory supply constraints. All right, so I got respect for this guy. In the commentary, He's just putting it all out there. He's not trying to sugarcoat anything or hide anything. It does look like the guidance was reduced, and he's even saying in the commentary that the reason why it was negatively impacted as far as the guidance goes, he's saying the industry-wide memory supply constraints. All right, so at least I respect him for that. But he does say we are encouraged by end consumer demand for premium and high-tier smartphones and remain on track to achieve our fiscal 2029 revenue goals. Like a multi-year goal there. But yeah, QCOM, they did double beat, but they are saying that there's some issues with the short-term outlook, basically. But here's the nice little graphic here. So they beat EPS, they beat revenue, just by a little bit, not by a lot. They beat EPS by like 3%. They beat revenue by like 0.75%. Let me drag this back over here and let me take a look at, well, let me look at a few more things on QCOM. So again, that's kind of the summary on QCOM is, I mean, it's coming straight from the CEO, and he says that the near-term outlook has been impacted by industry-wide memory supply constraints. Okay, so I'm going to post this comment here. QCOM commentary. Let me see if I can get all this in one post. Post that there in the comments, and then I'll post it in the Discord. Google came almost all the way back up, didn't it? Google came all the way down to 308 to the penny, and now it's back in the high 320s. So we'll see what's up with this. I'm going to go to that in a second. Let's take a look at, I just want to kind of finish up QCOM real quick. Let me go back here to this post. Okay, still waiting for earnings whispers to come back online. But that's okay. Yep. So the revenue outlook missed the estimate. So they lowered the Q2 revenue outlook. So that's why QCOM is selling off right now. All right. And just to reiterate, the Q2 revenue, the expectation was 11.18 billion. And they announced it's only going to be 10.2 billion. So that's really all it takes for the selling to kick in. I'll post that comment too in the chats. Yeah, Carl on YouTube. Come on, wake up, bears. I'll post this data in here too if there's any QCOM investors in the Discord here. But yeah, QCOM falls after Q2 revenue outlook misses. And then that's the data, how much they reduced it, or they came in under the expectation there. So, all right, we know what's happening with QCOM. We know what's happening. Now, the implied move is 5.5%. This would be the implied move going into tomorrow. So they were trading at 148. Just a guideline. The implied moves aren't always exact. A lot of times they're not. So, but 5% of where it closed today, I mean, that's like a $7 move. It's down like $8 to $9 right now, a little under $9. But yeah, that's what's going on with QCOM. They reduced guidance, revenue guidance by quite a bit. They reduced revenue guidance by, let's see, about $1 billion almost on the low end of the guidance, 10.2 billion, and the estimate was 11.18 billion. So they reduced guidance on the low end of the Q2 revenue by about $1 billion. That's why it's sitting down here. Look at Google. No kidding, on Rod, over here in Discord. Look at this. Google came back. That's amazing. All right, so since we know what's going on with QCOM, just one last thing with QCOM. We'll find out when they're going to do their call. and we'll figure out how to get there. And then I'm jumping over to Google. It's about 4:10 p.m. right now. Let me get this in there. Okay, got almost 500 people tuning in. Welcome, everybody. Got this summary of QCOM on the bottom of my screen. If anyone was wondering why they're getting a negative reaction to anyone just now joining the stream. I'm going to go 5-minute chart on Google here. Look at that reversal. Wow. We'll go 1-minute chart, actually. Yeah, there we go. V-shaped recovery on Google on these 1-minute candles. Look at that. Okay, QCOM, just real quick on QCOM. Let me move this over a little bit. QCOM, this is their investor relations page. I'll post that in the comments for everybody. So if you want to attend the earnings webcast, you can get there right there. Yeah, Tammy in Discord. Look at that. Google's recovering. I'm going to go to that here in just a second. I just wanted to get the information for the QCOM earnings conference call. It's at 1:45 p.m. Pacific time. So that's going to be at 4:45 p.m. Eastern. All right, today. And once you get to that link, I just posted in the comments, you'll see it right here on the home screen. So really easy to get to. And they're going to do their earnings conference call in about 30 more minutes, okay? All right, so now that we know what's going on with QCOM, they lowered short-term guidance, Q2 guidance on revenue. Let's go to Google. Let's see what Google's all about right now. All right, let's take a look and see what we got. Okay, earnings are out. Let me actually go down here a little bit further. I'm gonna go to their investor relations page and see if I can get the press release real quick. Let's see. Google. All right. Okay, here it is. And their URL or their website address for their investor relations, it's abc.xyz. Yeah, Blue Brains, SYM. Here, I'm going to pull up another tab here. Let's see. SYM. Wow, look at SYM's booming. Look at that, Blue Brain. Wondering if you were long on it or not. If you were, they're up 17%, brother. Look at this, right on the right side of my screen. Yeah, we're gonna look into SYM as well. Let me just follow up with Google. Finish up with Google, but SYM is flying, Blue Brain. I'll get their data as well. But let's take a look here. I want to go to Google's press release, Q4 and fiscal year. So Google's web call is at 4:30 p.m. Oh, Blue Brains is long on SYM. Good, man. They're catching a bid right now. Look, they're up over 21% now. This thing's flying. Closed the regular session at $53.48. They're up 13%. Still going. Up almost 24% now. Let me post this link for Google's investor, the earnings webcast call. I know a lot of people probably want to see that. Put it in the Discord as well for everybody. There you go. That's for Google. And let me check a few other things here. Almost 4:15. All right, Alphabet. Bull case on Google. Got some analysts saying around the 350s maybe if it catches a bid. It's kind of sitting at break even, to be honest with you. It's flat. Had an initial negative reaction all the way down here. Then it came all the way back up. Now it's just sitting flat. Okay, so I'm going to go. So that link I just posted, that'll get you to Google's investor relations page. They're doing their earnings web call at 4:30 Eastern. So in only 15 more minutes, Google's going to do their earnings call. Okay, so for anyone that wants to watch it, you got about 15 minutes. Let me move this back over. And QCOM still struggling. Again, they lowered guidance on revenue. Investors hate that. Selling off. We'll just have to wait and see if it starts printing some higher lows and the bottom comes in. But until then, it's definitely a negative reaction on QCOM, unfortunately, for the QCOM bulls. But the revenue guidance they lowered, it wasn't for the full year. It was just for Q2. So it's just like a short-term looking view. So might have a little bit of short-term pain on QCOM. The selling could be short-lived because, again, it's just short-term. It's not like they reduced it for the whole year. It's just Q2 they reduced it. So a little bit of a speed bump for QCOM. Overall, I think QCOM is going to be just fine. Let's look at the press release for Google right here. Bam. All right, it's a PDF document. It's only 10 pages, so not too much to go through. I want to keep the price of Google on the left here, so let me just move that over. All right. All right, so let's look at, and also Blue Brain. I can look something up for you as well. Let me see. Okay, no, we had mentioned that earlier. SYM's doing their earnings web call at 6 p.m. Eastern, but their data is out, and they're taking a little breather right now. Switch this to one. I'm just talking about SYM just real quick, but that's okay. Let me put some levels on here. I'm going to go where they close the regular session right here. Okay, so we got some levels. It printed a higher low right here. It might print one here. If it stays above 61.50, that would be a decent higher low, I think. And if it bounces right there, kind of where it's at right now, just above, stays above 6150, I think it has a good chance of coming after hours high again. But SYM is looking good. And Blue Brain, yeah, their data is out. They reported at 4 p.m. Along with Google and QCOM. And I'll go over their EPS and revenue and all that stuff. But let me just hit Google real quick. Let me go back to Google. Here we go. All right, my computer's loading a little slow. Okay, 2026 CapEx, capital expenditures on Google. 2026 guide on Google for CapEx, $175 billion. The expectation was only $120 billion. So their CapEx went up by what, $55 billion? Oh my goodness, that's a lot. But let's look at a few other things on Google. And I suppose, yeah, let's do this. So Google did beat EPS. They did beat revenue. They did take a hit on, this is for Google. Look at QCOM, still trying to find the bottom. I'm not even drawing a fib on that yet because the bottom hasn't even, it's not even slowing down yet. It slowed down a little bit. These are 5-minute candles. But Google, big miss on YouTube ads revenue. Everything else is green. They beat EPS. The forecast for EPS on Google, or the estimate, was 2.64. They reported 2.82. Okay. And the revenue estimate was 111.5 billion. And they reported 113.8 billion. So double beat on Google. There are a few red flags. It's especially the CapEx. That's nuts. YouTube ads revenue, the estimate was 11.7 billion for Google, and the YouTube's ad revenue was only 11.3 billion. So they missed YouTube ad revenue by $500 million. That's a red flag that I see. And they also missed operating income, I think. Let me check that. I'll post that in the Discord as well. Let's see. The operating income, the estimate was 36.9 billion, and they reported 35.9 billion. So there are a few red flags on Google with the YouTube ads revenue and the operating income, and the CapEx is just, oh my goodness, that's nuts. you know, that's the estimate for CapEx was 120 billion. They plan on spending for capital expenditures $50 billion more. All right, so we're going to have to wait for Google's web call for them to give more clarity on the CapEx. So kind of mixed. I mean, they did double beat. Google did double beat. The EPS and revenue was they beat the estimates on that. Like I say, couple red flags. YouTube ads revenue was down by $500 million. Operating income they missed. And again, the CapEx. So, you know, just something to keep in mind with Google. Overall, I think they'll be fine. Obviously, it's Google, powerhouse of a company. But they definitely got some work to do from what I'm seeing. And again, Google's conference call, the live call with the upper management starts in 9 minutes. I'm personally not going to stream it. But if anyone wants to watch it, they can check the comments. I put a link in there for it. I want to look at SYM. They're up. They're still up just under 17%. We already know what happened with QCOM. They reduced guidance, Q2 guidance. So short term, I think that the selling on QCOM probably be short-lived. Maybe it's got to wait for a bottom to come in. But they only lowered guidance for Q2, not the whole year. So let me look at, I want to look at SYM because they got a nice positive reaction. Okay, let me take a look here on my other monitor. Yeah, SYM looks decent. They beat EPS. Here, I'll just pull this graphic over from AI Stock Savvy here. This is for SYM, Blue Brain. They beat EPS, solid beat there. In revenue, they beat revenue. Expected revenue was 622.5 million. They reported 629.9 million. So they beat revenue by almost $7 million. And revenue is also up almost 30% year over year. So solid growth on revenue for SYM, and that's Symbotic Incorporated. All right, so good stuff there. Any SYM bulls? You should be doing good. You should be doing good on that. Okay, it's a little after 4:20. Let me go back to Google. Yeah, Google's just kind of hanging out. It hasn't really made an official move yet. I mean, the initial reaction was negative, but that got retraced. All that selling got reclaimed. It's down like 2%, so it is down about $7.50 a share right now. QCOM's still trying to find a bottom. Might be onto something though. It's printing a green 5-minute candle right now. We'll wait and see. Need to retrace at least 50% of this previous red candle for me to even think it's going to happen. But all right, what else do I want to go over? So again, Google's web call starts in 7 minutes. Link to that's in the comments. The QCOM web call is at 4:45 p.m. Eastern. So another 20 minutes for QCOM. And SYM's earnings web call is at 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay. With that said, I mean, as far as Google goes, I don't think we're going to see another move until they do their call. It starts in 5 minutes. So I'll leave the price up there for now. And we'll see what happens. But what I want to do here at the end of the stream is talk about some spread trades we were doing this afternoon with the Discord members. So we totally caught this reversal. I ended up doing some spreads on SPY, and some of our other members were doing spreads on, I think someone traded XSP, which is like the micro S&P index you can trade on. And then one of our other lifetime members, Rocket, shout out to Rocket, he was trading SPX, the actual index. So we basically caught this move here. Me personally, I just did it on SPY. I sold the 682 put, and then I bought the 681 put, all on the same trade ticket. So that formed a $1 wide spread. I did 10 lot size on this one, and made some quick money. You know, I was happy with the gain. I took profit before it kind of sold off into the a little bit at the end of the day here, going into the close. But this whole move here was just a beautiful move. We kind of were waiting on a reversal for most of the day, but we totally caught that. And again, I was just doing credit spreads. I got like $30 a spread on it. I did 10 of them, and got some good gains on it. And then my buddy Rocket over here, who was in the live stream with me at the time, I'm just going to share some of his gains here. He said it was okay for me to do that, but he knocked it out of the park. Let me just show you what he walked away with. This was the trade that he did. And actually this was, oh no, wait, this wasn't it. It was, where'd you post that, Rocket? I think you put it in my chat channel here. Let's see. Yeah, this was it right here. So this was the Iron Condor, if I'm not mistaken, right? Rocket, he's over in the Discord right now in the stream. Check out the gains he had today. Whoo! I mean, let's go. Blue Brains, absolutely. You know, you're always more than welcome to engage in this stream as well as anyone else. But absolutely for Blue Brain, it's looking good on SYM. They double beat and they're getting a positive reaction. So I think the SYM bulls are going to be just fine, and y'all should be happy campers going into tomorrow. Let's see if it holds up. It's pulling back a little bit, but it has made 2 after hours high already. So support on SYM for the bulls, it's just going to be this golden ratio right here. It's around $58.46. And let me see. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do there. So 58.50. That's what I would like SYM to hold. But it looks good, and the daily chart, it's obviously got some good upside here. You can see this previous resistance back here around 74 bucks. So they're trading at $60 a share right now. If the momentum keeps up, I can definitely see them testing this level over here in the low 70s. That's what I'd be looking at. Could be a good take profit level, or maybe scale out and take some risk off the table and trim position. But there could be some sellers up here around 73, 74 on SYM. So that's what I would look for there. But anyways, yeah, let's talk about these spread trades we've been doing. So my buddy Rocket over here in the Discord knocked it out of the park today. Look at these gains. And this was a Iron Condor trade. So just wanted to give a shout out to Rocket. Congratulations on the solid gains today. And what a trade. Monster gain. Congratulations, man. That's great money there. So let me move this back over. Just wanted to share that with everyone, and because that was an exciting trade and some great gains that Rocket got today, and obviously a lot more than I made, but I was happy with my trade, and I made some money in a short amount of time, and you know, I'm a happy camper. But we're gonna, you know, I've been trading a lot of spreads this year. Matter of fact, on my, let me go to my alert channel. Let me not forget about Brutal Trade over here asking a question. Haven't seen day trading today, Ben, on your, yeah, Brutal Trade. That was a stream with the lifetime members. So you got to be a lifetime member. I live trade with them every Wednesday. Brutal Trade was asking about that in the Discord. So that's probably why you didn't see the trade, because it was a lifetime member only trade. And to answer looks like Rocket's answering Rudel right now on that trade he took today. But solid, amazing gains on that. Congratulations, Rocket. I'm kind of jealous because that's a solid day you had there today. So anyways, yeah. So I just want to go over that spread trade at the end. That's really all I got for today. Google's kind of in limbo right now, waiting for that earnings web call to start. and that starts in about 1 more minute. Actually, it should start right now. Maybe I'll give this a few minutes to see if it starts moving, because Google's web call is officially starting right now. QCOM is at 4:45 Eastern, and SYM is at 6 p.m. Eastern when they're going to do their call. Well, let me give it a few minutes. There's not really much going on, like I say, with Google, but like I say, the red flag I saw with Google is they missed YouTube ad revenue, and YouTube ad revenue is a big part of their, revenue. So they missed that by like $500 million. And operating income they missed. Everything else was green though. The rest of the earnings look great for Google. So they might even catch a bid here, maybe. The earnings web call is going on right now. So maybe the upper management's going to give some more clarity about guidance, and maybe give some more clarity about them missing the YouTube ad revenue to kind of give a warm and fuzzy to the investors. And maybe there'll be some buying going on here for the remainder of the post-market price action. And Rocket said on his monster trade he had today, solid gains, his risk reward was close to 1-to-1. So that's great. Great risk management there. But yeah, that's really all I got for today. I think, there is some buying coming in on Google right now. Their web call is going on right now. I'm not going to personally stream it, but here's the link on the bottom of my screen if anyone wants to go watch it. It's going on literally right now for any Google investors out there. QCOM's earnings web call starts in 15 minutes. SYM's at 6 p.m. Eastern. Again, just to summarize what happened with QCOM, they reduced Q2 revenue guidance by quite a bit. The low end of the guidance compared to the estimate, it was reduced by like $1 billion compared to the estimate. So that's going to be some short-term selling on QCOM. And I think once that gets priced in, it'll probably start heading back up the other way. There is some more buying coming in on Google. So looks like they'll probably be okay. It was kind of mixed bag there. Like I said, it's sold off down to 308. Then it reclaimed all that selling and came up to 341. Closed the regular session at 333. Pulled back a little bit, and now it's coming back up. It's trading at 336. So Google officially green in after hours. Yeah, that's really all I got for today. My name's TheSwingingBull with PB Alerts. If anyone's looking for a new home, a supportive community, come check us out. There's some links in the description where you can join. Tomorrow's earnings session, we got Amazon and MicroStrategy. Let me see if I can get this to pull up on the calendar so everyone can see. There's actually a whole bunch of companies reporting tomorrow. There's 89 companies reporting after the close, 94 companies reporting before the open. And so right here, we got Amazon reporting tomorrow. That's going to be a big deal. Give some insight on consumer spending and stuff like that. Reddit reports tomorrow. MSTR, I was just talking about that. Roblox. They were just in the news about something. Some sicko lured a couple kids from Roblox. I think there was a kidnapping charge or something, but that news just broke today. Did Roblox get affected by that? RBLX. Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't know. RBLX. Yeah, okay. But they're kind of under heat right now. There's just some very unusual stuff going on with them. But so anyways, Roblox reports tomorrow. Like I said, Google does, Reddit, MicroStrategy, CleanSpark, Affirm. I'm interested in the firm's holdings. I ran the wheel strategy on Affirm quite a bit. So I'm interested to seeing their reaction. And you can see there's a whole bunch of other companies reporting, but the main ones tomorrow is Amazon, Reddit, MicroStrategy. I'm personally going to go over Amazon and MSTR is what I'm going to do. So that's just a little preview of what's going on for tomorrow's earnings stream. But yeah, if you're looking for a new home, check us out. If you do join, tag me in the chat. I'll come by and say hello. Also, for free, if you're looking for a morning watch list that we put together for free, it's basically 4 high probability trade setups sent to your inbox every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. Check that first link in the description. Doesn't cost you anything. We've been getting some good feedback on those trade setups in the morning. But yeah, other than that, Swinging Bull with PB Alerts. Hope everyone enjoyed this earnings stream. I'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, for another earnings stream. I hope everyone has a fantastic night. And until next time, I'll see everyone in the very next stream. Cheers.